Hello and welcome, my name is Sarah and I create mod tutorials for The Sims 4. In today's video we're gonna go over how to make sure your mods are compatible with the latest patch. Now, this is one of my most requested videos and I also have to say that there are probably easier ways of doing this, but this is just how I've been doing it ever since starting modding. Well, that's not true. This is just how I told myself over the years of being a mod creator for The Sims 4. So let's just dive into it. To start off, we're going to download two different mods. Now, the first one is Better Exceptions from Twisted Maxi, which is a lifesaver. Honestly, even if you just are a mod user and not a mod creator, this mod is necessary in your mods folder. Now, I love using this because this will tell me if my mod is broken. The second one we're downloading is the Tuning Error Notifier, also known as 10. Now, this was created by Scumbumbo, who is a legend in the modding community, and honestly, without his hard work, I don't think any of us modders could have come as far as we have come today. Now, the Tuning Error Notifier will tell you if your tuning file doesn't follow the same structures as the tunings from the game. So if the game decides to take something out of a tuning that normally used to work, this will tell you then if that has been removed. So anyways, I think it's just the best thing to do to show you what's going on when we open the game. So I have both of these installed, and I always have them installed anyways inside of my mods folder. So let's open the game, and I'm going to use a older version of any of my mods, and then we can see what is wrong. So here we are in game with Lana Winter, my mod testing sim. I put in a old version of my Road to Wealth mod, which I believe is version 1.1, which is from like half a year ago or something. So if you have installed both of those mods into your mods folder, you will get this little pop-up which says welcome to Better Exceptions and then the version number, and you will also get this pop-up which says Tuning Error Notifier. Now, the first thing I want to say is if you are testing your mod, it is perfect to have both of these into your game. Now, Tuning Error Notifier works a little bit different, but the Better Exception mods does, like, if you are testing a certain thing and there is an error, you will receive a little pop-up over here in the middle of your screen, and it will say, oh, something went wrong. You can click on report and the website will open and give you the error, and then you can see what you need to fix. Now, also Better Exception works great if your game freezes or if your game just crashes. It will also tell you why it crashed. So if it's a crash from your mod, then you know and you can fix that. So for testing your mod, I definitely recommend Better Exceptions. Now, after a patch update, you will also get a little pop-up which says, oh, a patch has just been released. Do you want to do like a little scanner thingy? And then you click yes, of course, and it will give you all the details about everything that is wrong with your mod. Now, it is also very important after each patch that you remove every single mod out of your mods folder and only keep your own mods in the mods folder to test them. So there cannot be any errors with other people's mods. So you're only really testing your own mods. Now, you can do this like one by one if you have massive mods like big mods, or if you have like smaller mods like I do, for example my no CC icon or some other overrides that I have. Like, I know most of those are going to be fine after each patch, so I just leave those in and then actually only really check Road to Wealth because that one is a really big mod. Of course, I do also check everything else, but I know my main concern is always Road to Wealth. Like I said earlier, I put a older version of Road to Wealth in my mods folder. So first thing I think we're gonna do is check out Better Exceptions. Now, you can always find that back in this little notification menu over here, and you can then just click on Open Better Exceptions menu. So this is a little menu where you can check certain things. Now, a Run Patch Compatibility Scanner is what I mentioned earlier, which will pop up every time after a new patch, so when your game has updated. And then what I mentioned earlier, the trigger example exception. Now this is like a little error that will happen while you're testing your mods, so this is great for mod testing. So I think we're just gonna check out both of those. The other options aren't really necessary for checking if your mod is compatible with the latest patch. Of course, you can check for conflicts, which is also good, which will check for overrides. CC only necessary if you have CC, and UI mods is just for all the UI mods that you have. So let's actually start with the run patch compatibility scanner and just click on that, and then it will scan and we will receive this better exception patch day results. So this is like the website that you will go to once there is an error. Now here we can see we have road to wealth in here, and then we have, if I click on this show tuning over here, it will tell you exactly which tuning file is wrong. Now you can check this out with normal game files and in your game files, and then compare them and see what is the difference. I in this case already know it's the weights that are in the rewards, because they changed that in the last patch, so I'm aware of this issue. I already fixed it, but these are errors that will crash a game, that will not work, freeze a game. So these are all very important errors that need to be fixed before you update your mod. Then the other one we're going to check out is the trigger example exception. Now this is probably a screen that most of us are familiar with if you have used better exceptions before. So let me just wait and then see what kind of errors we are going to get this time. So once you get the exception alert, you just click on view full report, and then another website will open. In this case, we get possible cause. Is it you? Yes, it's me, because I pushed the button and it wasn't something that happened in game. Now, a lot of people might be overwhelmed with all these options over here. We can easily see broken mods in here. If something is broken, it will tell you exactly which file it is, and then you can fix it, which is great. Now, the other one is then the tuning error notifier, and I have to say this one is probably the best one to use after each patch. So when a patch has happened, first check out better exceptions when it does the patch update pop-up, so you check that one out. The other one we just did, what was it called again, which is trigger example exception, isn't necessary after each patch. But the run patch compatibility scanner is definitely a must to do after each patch. And then once you have done those and fixed those errors, because that's an error that might literally crash your game. So once you have fixed those, you can go into tuning error notifier and then just click on report. Now this one, as you can see, we have actually a whole list of errors in here. And these are all errors inside of a tuning file. Now, some of these errors are harmless and are just ignored, but some of these errors might again crash your game. So, for example, here we have the Road to Wealth cheat at gym. Which is an interaction. It will tell you exactly the instance over here, and then the name of the file, of the tuning file, and then it will tell you the type, and then it will tell you exactly what is wrong. So that is no longer tunable, is scoring priority. Now I know that this is a immediate interaction, and they have removed the scoring priority inside of the tuning. Now this at this moment is just being ignored, but this is of course wrong, and I have to fix it and remove the scoring priority from this file. So anything that says is no longer tunable just means that it's not not available in that file anymore, and you just have to remove it. Now, as you can see, I have quite a lot of scoring priority, scoring priority, scoring priority, scoring priority, scoring priority, and all of that. So I definitely had to fix all of those and get it all removed. But as you can see, as we scroll through this, there is so much going on, and all you've got to do is just open your mod in the Sims 4 Studio, go to every single file, and then check what is different from what they are doing now in the tuning files from the game. So if you used something as a template from the game, then it's easy just to open that file again and actually just compare what is wrong, compare the difference. Now, something else that you could do is when you go to the TDESC builder, so for example, we have this scoring priority issue, and I know it's a immediate interaction, so I'm going into interactions, immediate super interactions, open that, and then we can actually have a look if they removed it or not, and it will say that in the TDESC builder. So then once you get into here, I can go and type in scoring priority, and here we can see it's crossed out, which just means it is not possible to do this anymore in the immediate super interactions. So this is just an easy way of knowing, oh, it needs to be removed, it's not available in this kind of file anymore. So that's all you gotta do, then just remove it and be done with it. Of course, once you have fully updated every single file and make sure that and you think your mod is correct, you put it back in the game and you do all these tests again. So you check if your mod is compatible with the latest patch, so the compatible scanner from the Better Exceptions mod, and then you make sure to also click on report on the 10 mod and then see if any of those files are still popping up in here. Now, this is the other error that we had before. As you can see here, it's a little bit better explained than in this one. So it says exactly what we have over here, but it just has a little bit more details, and you can see incorrectly matched tuning types found, unnamed instance, so that's your instance, expected U and got T. Now this is because they used to have these weights like this, and now they changed it and made it different. I hope it made it a little bit clearer and better to understand of what to do when there is a new patch. So once you have finished everything and opened your mod into the game again and checked everything and everything is fine, then you know that your mod is compatible in the game. So I hope that made it clearer of how to actually make sure that your mod is compatible with the latest patch. Now, as you could have seen with the tuning error notifier, it is very important, like I've said many times before, to give every single file a good name, a recognizable name, so you easily know where the issue is. Open the file into the Sims 4 Studio, fix the issue, and then be done. If you thought this video was helpful, then don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more Sims 4 mod tutorials. Also, if you have any more questions, if something was unclear, then please let me know in the comments down below, or you can join my Discord and assign yourself the mod tutorial roles and stay up to date with the latest mod tutorials. And I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye!